Oh my gosh,
there
I'm so
on
sorry.
Zoom. It is, as you all know, a very quiet week in this country generally, that last week of the secular year. Um, Hopefully you all are enjoying time with your loved ones, having a little downtime. We can all use it. Shabbat is that occasion every week. We can use it sometimes during the week too. But here we are getting our weekly opportunity for that. And so what we're going to do is we typically do, you can see that the Shabbat and Hanukkah candles were lit before the appointed time this evening, which is why these are almost gone already. And happy third Chag Sameach, everybody. Happy third night of Hanukkah. As you know, during these winter months, when we start Mincha, after it turns dark, we do an abbreviated Mincha. We will start with the Ashrei on page 1 and then turn to Mornis Kaddish. Page 1 in the blue Siddur. Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha Unyalu Chasel Ashrei Am Shekachalo Ashrei Am Shanai Eloha Tfilah Rabbi. Tehi Laternayed Aver Pivi Barech Kol Basar Shem Kodsho Lelam Moed Vanachnu Baruch Yah Netav Yarolam Hallelujah. For those in mourning observing a yard site for the Mincha service, feel free, please, to rise in body and spirit. For the Mourner's Kaddish, page 12. And those online, feel free to enable your microphones as well. Kaddish Yatom, page 12. Yit Gadal, Yit Gadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yalamad, Ibarak, Kirute, Vyamlich Malchute, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chaye, the whole Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalav, Izman, Kariv, Imru, Amen.
Amen.
Yehei
Yeheshmei
Rabba
Rabba
Mevarach,
Mavorach
Elam
Leolam
Lamei
Lomei
Almaya,
Omaya.
Yiparach, V'yishtabach, V'yipar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei Kudusha, Rechu,
Richu.
Le'ela Minko, Birchata, V'shirata, Tushbechata, V'nechemata, Damiran Milma, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'yal Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'yal Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. So that concludes our very, very brief Mincha service. We're now going to move on to Kabbalat Shabbat. That'll be full, beginning on page 13 with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amalachim, Makadosh, Baruch Hu. Moachem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amalachim Makadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nile Shalom Malachei Hashalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Amalachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedechem L'Shalom Malachei Hashalom Malachei Elyon Mi Melech Malachei Amalachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. We continue on page 15, Psalm 95. Lechu neranena l'Adonai anari aletzor yisheinu nekama panav b'todah bizmirot nari alo nekama panav b'todah bizmirot nari alo. Arba'im shana kupidor v'homar anto elevavheim v'heim lo yadun drachai asher nishpati v'api im yon al menuchati. Page 16. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru Miyom Leyom Yeshuato, Sapru Vagoyim, Kevodo, Bechol ha'amim nifleotav ki gadol Adonai umehulal me'od Rahu al kol Elohim ay ki kol Elohei ha'amim elilim vadonai shamayim asab Od v'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho Avul Adonai mishpechot amim Avul Adonai kavod va'oz Avul Adonai kevod shemo Zeu min echad Uvomu lechatzrotav ay ishtachavu l'Adonai b'hadra kodesh dilu mipanav kol haaretz imru v'goyim Adonai malach aftikon tevel b'halatimot yadin amim b'meisharim Yismechu Hashamayim B'tagel haaretz Yiram ha'yam Umelo Yalo Sadai V'chol asher bo Ay Az Yiranenu Kol atzeyar Lifnei Adonai Ki v'hab Ki val ishpot haaretz ishpot tevel betzedek ve'amim be'emunato ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Yalalai, lai, 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 lai. Page 17. Adonai malach tagela aretz, yismechuyim rabim. Orzaru ala tzadik, uyishrei lev simcha, simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, ve'odu lezecher kodsho. Page 18. Mizmor shir l'Adonai shir chadash, ki niflaot ha'asab, Hoshia lo yemino, Uzero HaKodesho, Hodia Adonai Yeshuato, Le'enei HaGoyim Gilat Tzidkato, Zachar Chasto Ve'emunato, Lebeit Yisrael, Ra'u Chol Afsei Haaretz, Et Yeshuat Eloheinu, Hari Oladonai Kol Haaretz, Pitzchu V'ranenu V'zameru, Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor V'kol Zimram, Machatzotrot V'kol Shofar, Ariyu Livnei HaMelech Adonai, Yiram Mayam Melo, Tevel V'yoshvei Neharot Imcha Ucha, Yachad harim yiranenu lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek ve'amim b'meisharim. Page 19. Adonai malach yirgezu amim yoshev kruvim tanur haaretz. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu v'har kodesho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu v'har kodesho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Please rise as we continue with Psalm 29, a song of David. Mizmor LeDavid. Mizmor LeDavid. Avul Adonai b'nei Elim. Avul Adonai kavod va'oz. Avul Adonai kivod shemo. Ishtachavul Adonai behadrat kodesh. Kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod nehirim. Adonai al ma'im rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach. Kol Adonai behadar. Kol Adonai shover arazim. Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanom. Vayarkineim kemo egel. Lebanon v'Sirion Kimoven Re'emim. Kol Adonai Chotzev La'amotesh. Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh. Kol Adonai Yechol Elayalot. Vayeketzav v'yarod uveichalo kulo omer kabod. Adonai lamabul yashav vayeshev Adonai melech leolam. Adonai oz liamoitain. Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. Please be seated. We welcome the Shabbat bride, pages 21 and 22 with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, ay likerat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Ishmi'anu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad. U'shemo echad. L'shemo l'tiferet v'litehila. Lecha Dodi. Ay likerat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechuven elecha ki mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha asof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi. Ay likrat kala. Penei Shabbat, ay nekabela. Mikdash melech irmelucha akumitzi mitoch ahapecha rav lakshevet biyamekabaka huyakamola aleichem alab. Lecha Dodi. ay, likrat kala, pene Shabbat kabela. Itnari me afarkumi livshi bideti fartech ami. Aliyada ben Yishai betalach mi korba el nafshi Allah. Lecha dodi, ay, likrat kalab, pene Shabbat, ay, nekabelab. Hitoreri, kibat, ore kumi, uri, shirda beri kivod, Adonai, alaych nigalab. Lecha dodi, ay, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lo tevo shive, lo tikal mi'ima, tishtochachi uma, demi, bache yechesu ani, ami beniv, neta'ir al tila. Lecha dodi, ay, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Ayulim shisa shosayich racha kol mevalayich yasisalayich Elohayich kimsos katan al kalab lecha dodi ay, likrat kalab pene Shabbat nekabelab. Yamin usmo tiferoti viet Adonai ta aritzi al yarish ben parti ben ismecha ben agilab lecha dodi ay, likrat kalab pene Shabbat ay, nekabelab. Boi v'shalom atere balagam besimcha utzola toch emune am segula boi chala lecha dodi ay, likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Please be seated in Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And we will continue on page 23 with Mizmor Shir. Mizmor Shir Le'yom HaShabbat Tov Le'odod L'Adonai Ulezamer L'Shimcha Elyon Ulezamer L'Shimcha Elyon Le'agid Baboker Chastecha Ve'emunatecha Balelot Alei Asur Valei Navel Alei Higayon Bechinor Mizmor Shir Le'yom HaShabbat Tov Le'odol Adonai Ulezamer L'Shimcha Elyon Ulezamer L'Shimcha Elyon Ki tzmach l'nam b'vol Sadikata hamar yivarach Ge'eres balevanon yizgam shetulim beveit Adonai bechatrod Eloheinu Yafrihu Ad Yenuvon Deseva Deshenim Verananim Yehu Lehagid Yashar Adonai Duri Belo Avlatabo. Mi kolot mayim rabim adirim, mishperekeyam, adir bamarom, Adonai, eidotecha, ne'emenu miod, leveit chanav hakodesh, Adonai, Liorech Yamim. Those in mourning observing a yard site for Mari, please rise or enable your microphones online. Kadisha tone, bottom of page 24. Yit Gadal, Yit Gadash, Shemei Rabab, Yalmad Ibarak Yudute, Yamlich Malchute, V'chayechon of Yomechon, V'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagalav Isman Karib Imru Amen.
Amen.
Yishmei
Yishnei
Rabba
Rabba
Nevarach,
Mavorach,
Olam Lomei
Olam Omei
Omaya,
Omaya.
Yiparach, Yishtabach, Yipar, Yitromam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitalev, Yitalal, Shemedi Kudusha, Richu,
Richu.
Elam Inko Birchata, Veshirata, Tushbechata, Venechemata, Damiran Biolma, Vimru, Amen.
Amen.
Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Useh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Well, Shabbat shalom, everybody. That concludes the Kabbalat Shabbat service. We'll look forward to June Newmark leading us in a minute, Mariv. For those of you who watch Sesame Street, you know, what is this? Today's show has been brought to you by the letter S and the number 3 or something like that. Well, today's service has been brought to you by what? A broken foot and a broken tibia, right? So I've got the broken foot, she's got the broken tibia. So we're doing the best we can here. But it's this leading services, it can be a contact sport sometimes. So, you know, that's how that goes. I'd love to tell you that we have 10 in the room now. This is fantastic. It's like somebody knew that June wanted to do all the parts with the minion, and now we have it. Fantastic. For those of you online, yes, number 10 just arrived. Okay. And so I would love to tell you that there's a rabbi here today. So we have 2 rabbis. One is Rabbi Laurence Rosenthal. He's on vacation. It's that time of year, you know, you get a little time away, the holidays or whatever makes sense. He's with his family. And then there's Rabbi Neil Sandler. He was the head rabbi here, and then he retired. And then circumstances caused him to unretire. And now he's chosen to retire again tomorrow. So for those of you who want to hear a speech about careers and the end and what it's like, he will be very reflective tomorrow. So come and hear the sermon then. And he is literally retiring, I think, like after Adon Olam. I think that's like when he retires, somewhere in there. So anyway, that's the story from here. So this week, well, I'll talk about this week's portion. Next week's is Vayigash. Now I know that because that was my son's bar mitzvah portion. Ice storm and all, January 7th, 2017. And it always was my favorite portion. Then it happened to be the one he was born for. And so I've had an extra affinity for it. And yes, it was 8 years ago, which means he will have his first legal drink on Tuesday, God willing, on New Year's Eve when he turns 21. So that's this week. But, and Vayigash is very exciting because it has the part where Joseph reveals himself to his brothers. It's me, you know, I'm the one that's been talking to you for all these months and chasing you back to Canaan, and you come back and you ask for food and, you know, making your father a nervous wreck, even though he's my father and all that good stuff. So that's next week. This week is the week where he really puts them to the test. So it hasn't been that long since Yom Kippur. So what is the true meaning of teshuvah? How do we know when somebody's done teshuvah? What is said when we know? First, do we know what teshuvah is? There we go. Okay, good. 10 points for Jerry. Okay. So how do we know when somebody's done teshuvah? Uh-oh, I've stumped the crowd. Okay. Well, yes, but how do they get to prove it? So I'll answer it. Maybe you've heard this before. you get put in the same situation again, but you do something different this time, something better, right? You messed up the first time. This time you don't mess up. So what happens? Well, we know what happens with Joseph. How does he end up? How did we get here? Okay. We got here over the course of several weeks. So Joseph was a little braggadocious. He was the favorite of his father because he was the one that was born to Rachel, his favorite wife, who, other than the one who she miscarried with and passed away. So you've got Joseph is his favorite son. And my Hebrew name happens to be Joseph. So I wear this technicolored tallis because that's my Hebrew name. So, um, so he gets in trouble with his brothers and they say, let's do something to him. And they were considering killing him, but they obviously didn't. He got thrown in a pit. He got sold to a bunch of Ishmaelites, ended up in Egypt, ended up in prison, interpreted dreams. The Pharaoh found out about it. He becomes the vice president, if you will, or viceroy. And the next thing you know, these guys show up, these 12 people. And he plays stupid. He acts like he's unrecognizable, doesn't know who they are, pretends he doesn't know who they are. Who are you and why are you here? Okay, very, very abruptly, like a guy who could be second in command and could be, doesn't need to be bothered with such things. And they talk to him and he starts playing games with them, right? So they bring everybody but Benjamin, who's Rachel's other child. And he doesn't come with them because Jacob doesn't want him to. And so Joseph puts him to the test. Don't come back without Benjamin. Okay. They told him he had a younger one at home. Maybe Jacob was upset that they mouthed off and told him, but he did. And that's what they did. And so then they come back with Benjamin. And then what does Joseph do? He puts his only full brother kind of through his own torture test, right? They all get these bags, they get some money, they get a cup. Well, they don't get a cup. Actually, one of them gets a cup. That's Benjamin. They sneak a cup in Benjamin's sack. And the next thing, but they had just promised that whoever has it will die and the rest of us will be your servants. So now Joseph's got the meeting out of his hand. So there are 11 brothers. One of them's Benjamin. He's the 12th one, Joseph. So there's 10 left. And Benjamin, he's basically convinced Benjamin he's about to die. Not a nice thing to do to your whole brother, the one that you love. And it says he loves him earlier in the Parsha. But he's trying to see if his 10 brothers will do teshuvah. And certainly one of them does. And that's Judah, right? And by the way, that's probably a big part why we are Judaism, because of Judah, because of his braveless acts. And he basically said, don't take him, take me. That's teshuvah. That's teshuvah. And it's a great it really is a great cliffhanger in the Bible because it ends like right there. And they say, y'all come back next week. We'll tell you how the conclusion goes, which is really kind of funny. But teshuvah is something you can do all year, and it's easy to forget about it after Yom Kippur. But it's something you can do all year. And I know there's a time of year where a lot of people spend time with their families, and there was Thanksgiving and there's Hanukkah, and hopefully you all have less dysfunction in your family than Joseph and his brothers did. But I hope that you all, I see somebody going like this, kind of wavering. That's all right. But may you all have good times with your family at this time of year and all year. And may we find teshuvah through our right actions. Shabbat shalom. So again, we're not going to light the candles. They're lit, both Shabbat and Hanukkah. And now June Newmark will take over. We're going to bring the chair up. She's going to have an acoustic guitar. No, we're not going to do an acoustic guitar. That's okay. But with a minyan, we can now do all of it.
Yes, we can, and we will.
So with that being said, I'll ask you all to rise for the Baruch Hu, beginning the call to worship, page 28.
You get on this stool,
Sure.
maybe.
Here. Can I pull it towards you? I can hold both
Okay,
ends.
good.
Got it?
I am up. Thank you. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai Hara Le'olam Vahed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Vahed.
Please be seated. Continue at the bottom of the page.
El Chai v'kayom tamid yimlo aleinu le'olam vahed. Baruch atah Adonai Amahari v'aravim. Page 29. Ahavat olam beit Yisroel amecha v'tah Torah u'mitzvot ukimu mishpatim otanu limadetah Al kein Adonai Eloheinu Bishobenu hukumenu Nasia behukecha Benisma b'divrei Toratecha u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Hi hem hayenu ve'yorach yameinu uvahem nekeyom v'layla. Hi hem hayenu ve'yorach yameinu uvahem nekeyom v'layla. Hi hem hayenu ve'yorach yameinu Uvahem nekeyom v'layla. Hihem hayenu ve'yorah yameinu. Uvahem nekeyom v'layla. V'yavata al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisroel. Page 30, the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahaveta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavecha, v'chol nafshecha, v'chol meodecha, v'chayu advarim ha'eleh, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom alevavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam. B'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha havaderet, uvshovecha upumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'chayu litotachot beinenecha, uvtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvihisharecha. Adonai Eloheim Emet. Page 32. Umalchuto, v'ratzon kiplu aleihem, Moshe uvnei Yisroel, lechahanu shira, v'simha rabba, v'hamru kulam. Mi kamocha, v'helim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar bakodesh, nohora tehilot, o sefeleh. Malchutecha, Rahu vanecha, Rokei Yom Lifnei Moshe, Seheli Hanu v'Chamru, Adonai Himlo Leolam Vahed, V'neimar, Kifadav Adonai et Yaakov, Ugalo miyat hazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Go'al Yisroel. Please join with me on page 33 as we read Hashkivenu in English. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace, and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace, now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all his people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'akol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 35, 34. Please stand for Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael, et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל היא לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השישי שבת וינפש. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבב, בעלמא דברי חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, וחיי דכל בית ישראל. Bagala, ubisman kari, behimeru, amen. Yeheshme rabba mevora, le'alam almaya, yitbora, v'yishtaba, v'yitbahar, v'yitroman, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha berihu, le'elal, min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'neimata, damihiram ve'alma, behimeru, amen.
Finally, page 35, A, B, to 38. I want to call your attention to that one week in the year where it says one chronicle, we are here. That's in the middle of page 37. If we insert that when we get there.
If you have concluded the recitation of the Amida, please join with me on the bottom of page 38 for Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Elokei HaKol Yisroel, V'imru, Imru, Amen. Yahaseh Shalom, Yahaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'yakol Yisroel, Yahaseh Shalom, Yahaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'yakol Yisroel, V'himeru, Amen. On page 47 by Yahulu. Vayehulu hashamayim ve'haaretz v'chol tzevam vayechal Elohim vayom hashvihi melato asher asa vayishbot vayom hashvihi mikol melato asher asa vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvihi vaykadesh oto Hivo Shava Mikol Milato Asher Barak Elohim Lasot Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Velohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rahel Elohei Leah Ahel Hagadol Hagibor V'Chanora Echayom Konei Shemayim Ve'Haaretz. You may be seated. At the bottom of 47, Magain Avot. Magain Avot Bidvaro Mehaye Metim Ve'Mahamaharo Hahel Hakadosh Shehein Kamohu Hameni Halehamo Be'Yom Shabbat Kodesho Ivam Ratzah Lichani Alachem Ivam Ratzah Lichani Alachem Lefanav Nachavot V'yirav Achad V'nodei Lishemo Ve'el Yom Tamid Me'on habrahot El ahot ahot Adon Ashalom Mekadesh HaShabbat Uvaresh Shavi Umeni HaBekudusha Le'amidu Shnei Ohoneg Zeher L'Mahaseh Bereshit. Page 47, Kaddish Shalem. Oh, at the top of the page, Eloheinu Ve'Elohei. Eloheinu Ve'Elohei Avotenu Ritzei V'Imnuchatenu Kadeshenu B'mitzvotecha V'tein Helkenu V'toratecha Sahabenu Mituvecha V'samhenu V'shuatecha V'taher libenu Le'hovdecha V'emet V'chani leinu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ahavahu v'ratzon Shabbat kodshecha V'anu v'Yisroel Mekadesh shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabba Ve'alma divrachi reteviam lich malchutei V'chayehonu v'yomehonu v'chayedecho beit Yisrael V'agalav v'zman karim v'himeru Amen Yehei shmei Rabba mevoral Le'alam amei hamaya Yitborah Yitbarah v'yishtabah v'yitbachar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudisha v'riku Leilal min kol bechata v'shibata tushbechata v'nehemata damiran ve'alma v'himeru Amen תתקבל סלוטכון ופוטכון תכל ישראל, קדום וביין דבישמיה והימרו, אמן. יהי שלמה רבה משמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, והימרו, אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, והימרו, amen. The Kiddush begins on page 49. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho ve'avahu v'ratzon inhilanu, zikaron l'mahaseh b'reishit. Ki hu yom tehila lemikraye kodesh, zeher litziha mitzrayim, ibanu baharta, ve'otanu idasha, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ava uvratzon, Hinhaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Please remain standing for the Aleinu on page 51. Aleinu l'shabeach laton hakol, lated gedula niritzeh bereshit, shelo asanu kegegei haratzot, velo hosamanu kimishpot adama, shelo samchelkenu kakem, vegor aleinu kivcho hamonam, Vanachnu korim, umishtahavim umodim, lifnei melech, malhei hamlaim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Kakatu v'toratecha, Adonai yimlo leolam v'hed, v'ne'emar, v'chayak Adonai, v'melech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad.
Please be seated. Today is the 27th day of Kislev, the third day of Hanukkah. But first, we want to note the recent deaths in our congregation of Paul Hovitz, the husband of Denise, father of Helena, and brother of Linda Nathanson Lippett and Alan Lippett and Libby Malka, as well as Gwenda Gwen Cole Gillespie, mother of Rebecca Gillespie and Andy Zager, and Emila Missy Gillespie, Terry Bozeman, grandmother to 5 and great-grandmother of 2. We also note the Shloshim period of Linda Weiner, mother of PJ and Adam, Joe and Claire, and Dan and Amanda, grandmother to 4 grandsons, sister of Brian, Ike, and Lewis, sister-in-law of Steve Weiner and Diane Besson, as well as Judith Ayal, mother of Ofer Michael and Kristen, and Iran Micha Laurel, grandmother of Harry, Charles, and Asher Ori, sister to Jane Adrienne Shumsky. We note the art sites on this 27th of Kislev of Harold Cohen, grandfather of Rodney Cohen and Charles Cohen, Helen Sims Harris, the mother of Marvin Harris and Joanne Mendel, and Robert Silverman, father of Craig Silverman. We also note those who are observing the 11 months, those that come to our morning and evening minyan every day, remembering Paul Hovitz, Martin Edelman, Janice Salzman, Florence Gussman, Susan Udovin, Jay Hammer, Linda Brzozowski, Glenn Evans, Lucy Carson, Arlene Wildstein, Patricia Cohen, Dr. Edward Jones Smith, Robin Mizell, Lou Schloss, Philip Kaplan, Brandon Reisman, all the victims of the Israeli war, Charlotte Kornblum, Shirley Miller, Dort Galashoff, Edna Helfer, and Susan Caller. Did I omit any names? Anybody else observing?
Yes,
the yard
Benjamin
site or recent,
Scholemson.
passing?
Benjamin Scholemson.
Those of you
Max
who are
Siegel.
observing a yard
Yeah,
site
and
are
my
morning. I'm sorry.
Ida Greenberg Cass, my grandmother,
Yep.
and the grandmother, of my brother Seth.
You're gonna have to write it in the chat. Can you hear?
I can. You said Seth Cass and Brian Greenberg Cass?
Ida Greenberg Cass, our grandmother.
Ida Greenberg Cass. I'm sorry. I got you.
Okay,
I
thank you.
got you, Cass.
Jordan, do you have Max Siegel down? Grandfather Philip Siegel.
Who was that again?
Max Siegel, my grandfather.
Matt. Okay, I did not, but Matt Siegel.
Max, yes.
Max Siegel. I'm sorry. A little hard to hear from up here. Sorry. Any other
And
names?
also, Jordan, Benjamin Scholemson.
Is that Barry?
Yes,
Oh, sorry,
He's my
Barry.
uncle.
And Benjamin Scholemson as well.
he was my uncle.
Okay, thank you, Barry. Any other names? For those observing a yard site or morning, please rise for Mourner's Kaddish on page 52. Yit Gadal, Yit Gadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'alma Divara Kirute, V'amlich Malchute, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chaye Decho Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, V'izman Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach, Le'alam Lamei Almaya, Yiparach, V'yishtabach, V'yipa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitalev, V'yitalal, Shemei Dekudusha, Rechu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'olma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Before June concludes with Yigdal, some very quick announcements because I really don't have any written. However, a couple things coming up. As I said, tomorrow at 9:30, if you come and you'll hear Rabbi Neil Sandler speak about what it's like being at the end of a career and retirement, because he's facing it tomorrow. So that's something that we'll be talking about, and we'll have a service full of Hanukkah and Hallel and all that good stuff. So 9:30 tomorrow morning. 2 weeks from tonight, if you like small, intimate crowds, hopefully you enjoyed today's service. There will be a bigger crowd in 2 weeks, right? On January 10th, the Mishorim of high holiday fame, right, will be in the sanctuary for a change on Friday night, right, Damone? Yes, I think so too. Andy and Mindy Margolis, who used to lead Friday nights often, will be kind of leading the Mishorim, who will be leading the service. So come for that. It will be musical. It will be wonderful. And it'll be more crowded than usual, so it'll be nice. If you're interested, this Tuesday night at Minion at 6 o'clock, they're actually having a happy hour online, I believe. I read that you saw that, right? Online. Yeah, not coming down here to drink and drive. No, that would be bad. But actually at 5:30, people are getting together, BYOC, bring your own champagne, and the service is at 6, and then hang around after 6:30, probably not till midnight, but I don't know. That's going on. Anything else in the immediate? Oh, and next Friday night, we will also have, I just had a bar mitzvah lesson with him, Seth Eisenberg. He is the Sam Eisenberg, son of Seth Eisenberg and Suzanne Pechulik Eisenberg. His bar mitzvah is in 2 weeks on January 11th. So next Friday night and next Saturday night and the following Monday, he'll be participating in services here as well. So come for that and support the Eisenbergs. First bar mitzvah of 2025 here. That's all I've got. So with that being said, June, Yigdal 53, right? All righty.
Yigdal Elohim Chai, v'yishtabah, nimsa v'henet, el mitziuto, echad v'yen yahi, k'yigudo, nelan v'gan ein sof le'aduto, ein lo demut haguf, v'heino guf, Unacharo helav kedushato, kadmon l'chol davar, asher nivra, rishon v'hein reshit l'reshito. Hino adon olam, v'chol no tsar, yorei gedulato, humal huto, shafan nevuato, netano, ela hanshe segulato v'tiv harto. Lo kam b'Yisrael, k'Moshe hod, navihu mahabit et emunato, Toratem et natan le'amo ohel, al yad nevi'o ne'man beito, lo yachid lifahel, velo yamir dato, le'ohol ha'amim l'sulato, Sofevio dea, zetaharenu, mabit l'sof davar bekad mato. Gomelish hesed, kami follow, notain l'rasha ra, kari shakato. Lisa laketa mi, meshihenu, lifto machake ke jushu ato, metim yachayel, vero fasto, baruch adehai, shem tehilato, metim yachayel, vero fasto, baruch adehai, shem tehilato. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
And happy
Shabbat
Chag
shalom.
Sameach.